Okay, so I guess it's obvious what this video is going to be about. I've mentioned this gun in most of my other videos actually, especially the 1022 video, the AK-47 video, and even the shotgun video. I mentioned this partly because I was highlighting that I had the same stock system on all three of those guns, so that it's kind of interchangeable, even though that they operate, especially with the shotgun, obviously it operates differently than an AR-15, but having an adjustable length of pull that a collapsible stock gives you, you get the same feeling as you're holding the rifle as I would get with any of my other long guns. So anyway, I don't want to make this a very long video. I do want to briefly go over my AR, simply because I'm proud of it. I do enjoy this rifle. It's very fun to shoot. As you can tell, it's had a lot of stuff added to it and done to it. So I'm just briefly going to go over everything you see here. And then what I'll probably do is do a video on each component separately for those of you that are thinking about purchasing them. You'll have an idea what you're going to get. First, what I'll do is the standard. I need to oil this thing. Clear. It's an empty mag. Tango Down Pmags. And I've got my little handy dandy chamber flag to show that it stays clear. I'll go ahead and lock that back down and insert the empty magazine back in. What you see here started as a DPMS Panther Arms Panther Light 16. It's your typical A2 style AR-15. It had the A2 front sight post, A2 built-in carrying handle, and a collapsible stock. It also has the light barrel. It's not the heavy barrel that's got the sections milled out for a 203. It's the lighter barrel. And what I've done here is I've gotten rid of the upper receiver, and I've built this Adams Arms upper receiver. It's an A3 flat top. I've got an Eotech 516 with a GG&G lens protector over it, the different cover, which I've Duracoated along with the rifle. I've got a mid-length Yankee Hill free float handguard system, which is also Duracoated. I've got a Laserlyte K-15 green laser, Streamlight PolyTac LED flashlight, 120 lumens, simple on-off. You can either hard click it and it stays on, or give it a soft click and it's momentary. No functions other than on and off, and it's mounted with a 1-inch scope ring. I do like this this forend because it's smooth at the end, and I usually use either a vertical grip or a Magpul AFG, and this kind of gets rid of the need for that because you can hold it much more naturally. I actually kind of hold it with the front of the magazine well and here, and that places my thumb right where I need it to be to hit the pressure pad for the K-15 and have my thumb here for the flashlight. I'm running Magpul MBUS backup sights, and with all this set up, it's really a triple co-witness set in for about 25 yards right now, where with all these sights deployed, when I'm looking through here, I'm co-witnessing the Eotech with my backup sights, and then at 25 yards, when I hit the momentary switch on my K-15, it's dead center. So it's really a triple I guess it wouldn't be co-witness, but a triple witness there with the sights. I mentioned I'm running a Tango Down Pmag. They're fairly inexpensive. They're really light, and I've had absolutely no malfunctions with them. So I'm running those, and it fits kind of in with the theme with this desert color I've got. I'm running a Magpul Miad polymer grip, which has been Duracoated along with the rest of the rifle. I've got the Magpul polymer extended trigger guard, so when it's cold and I'm using gloves, you're not having to squeeze a big fat finger in there. It's much more comfortable to shoot. I don't feel like I'm putting any extra pressure on the trigger when I'm not wanting to if I have a glove on. I have there really is no brand to tell you, with this extended charging handle latch. It's a guy that comes to our local gun shops here, or not gun shops, but gun shows in Birmingham. He mills them himself. It's the stock DPMS charging handle, and it's just got this extended latch on this side, and there's a release on the other side, so it's kind of ambidextrous. And then this is the Ergo grip / Falcon Industries F93. Magpul used to make these as an M93, and then Ergo and Falcon Industries, which is one and the same, bought the rights to it, the patent rights, and basically your buffer tube has this built onto it. So it replaces the entire buffer tube, and then this is the only thing that slides back and forth. And the reason this is good is your cheek weld is built into this piece, so no matter what your length of pull is, your cheek weld doesn't happen to go back with the rifle. If you're really tall or you just like having a long length of pull, if you're in the prone or whatever, you're not having to adjust your cheek weld, because as your cheek weld moves, it can change your zero on your rifle, depending on how your depth perception and how your vision is. So with this, your cheek weld stays here, and just your shoulder, your length of pull is adjusted there. You pull this latch back to move it wherever you want it. I think there's like 16 different spots, so it's way more customizable than your typical 4 or 6 position collapsible stock. It's got some built-in sling attachments on both sides, and then there's even a little steel spike you can buy to put on the end of this for like breaking glass, whatever, but I just don't see any point to it. Once you get it where you want it, you'll see there's just very little play in it, but you lock it down and then there's absolutely no play. So this is a much more sturdy platform. If you had to do a butt stroke, wherever the case may be, this is not going to move or flex like maybe a typical stock that comes with your rifle might do. And I've enjoyed it a lot. There's obviously no storage in it, like some of the others, but this MIAD grip does have storage in it. But that's basically the gist of it. The barrel is Duracoated Extreme Tactical Gray, which is just a flat gray. I've got a flat matte clear coat over that, and the rest of this is Duracoated. Besides this and the flashlight, that's just the color they came. But the grip, the upper and lower receivers, the 4N and the GG&G Eotech lens cover setup, they're all Duracoated in Lauer Custom Weaponry's Tiger Stripe Brown. So this is a brown that would come with that old school traditional tiger stripe kind of Vietnamese looking camouflage. I didn't want to go with the flat dark earth because it's not dark enough, and then I didn't really want to go with a brown per se. I wanted something that would look good with flat dark earth, which is what these are supposedly. But as you can see, these are all 3 different colors if you look really close with them, but they're all flat dark earth. And it starts to look really kind of coyote brown or coyote tan if you do flat dark earth Duracoat. So I went with this tiger stripe brown, and this stuff is extremely durable if you just let it cure like you're supposed to. If you strip it down where there's no oil on it, Duracoat it, and leave it alone and let it set, it is extremely durable. This thing gets beat around a lot. This barrel's been Duracoated for probably 2 years, and the only place on it that you can see any wear is where I hit it with a hammer trying to get the old front sight post off whenever I was going to this flat top. And there is a low profile gas block in there. It's I believe it's a Yankee Hill low profile flat gas block. Don't quote me on that, I'm not positive. On this side, I left some of these things, just their standard color. The only thing that does tend to wear a lot on these Duracoated upper receivers is this brass deflector, because obviously you're hitting it constantly with brass. So what I've done is just take skateboard tape and cut it out in the shape of the brass deflector and put that there, and it's working great. I'm actually going to shoot it today and hopefully splice that video with this tabletop, so you can kind of get a video of it in action. I'm not sure if I'll have the time to lay the camera out there and carry all that stuff in or not, but I'll try to do at least some small video, even if it's just with my cell phone of it shooting, just so you can kind of see it, because I know a lot of people want to see that. But anyway, this is how my rifle stands as it is. I do have a 3x magnifier for the Eotech, and basically what I do is, because all my sights co-witness, if I take this off and put it back in the exact same place, it will hold at 0, but if I want to use my magnifier, I will slide this all the way to the front of the upper receiver, and that gives enough space for my magnifier to fit in there, and I can flip it out of the way if I don't want to use magnification. But it adds a little bit of weight, and all this little bit of weight adds to a lot of weight, so I don't have it on right now. And typically I don't leave it on there, but if I was going to go out you know, hunting, or if I was going to go camping and I wanted the option to shoot greater than 100 yards, which is about all you really need to use an Eotech for because there's no magnification, you know, I have that option. And I can just move this forward and then realign it with my sights, and I don't have to worry about the zero because, you know, obviously this isn't changing. And I can flip these out of the way. But that's basically it. And what I'll do, like I said, is I'll do a video of each individual component in more detail, just for those people out there that are looking at the different components that I have here for your rifle. But I'm extremely pleased with the setup I have now. There's really nothing else I want to do to it except maybe go to an 11.5-inch barrel and then run a suppressor on it. But obviously that's 2 different tax stamps and a lot of waiting and a lot of money. So I'm not sure if I'm ready to jump into that commitment or not. But I just wanted to get this out here since I've mentioned my AR a bunch of times. And if you have any questions, as always, leave a comment or send me a PM. I answer everything that is a question, and tell me what you think. All right.